Hello, hello.
Hello,
My
hello.
name is Gina, and this is
Claire.
and together we are
Everything MS.
MS. And today I would like to talk about the concept or the idea that we can heal ourselves.
Interesting.
Interesting, yes. And it's something that I would like to believe. And I have read about others that have done so. So I believe it's possible. I also believe there is no one size fits all. There's no one way about doing this.
Okay.
But as coaches, we also know about beliefs and what they can do. And way back in my coaching journey in this whole self-development thing that I started off, I came across the concept or the word phrase, if you like, if you can conceive it and believe it, you can achieve it. And so if we can imagine it possible, it could be possible. It's just whether or not where we are on the belief scale, do we believe that's possible or do we believe that's absolutely not going to happen, whether or not it comes true.
Okay, so let me ask you then, where are you standing on your beliefs of, so let's just talk MS, obviously, that's why we're here, but on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, where do you think your belief lies that you can cure it?
I think I'm up at a 9.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic. That's really high.
But I have been working on that a lot, and I deliver speeches about it and I talk about it in this type of scenario, and I like to talk to other people that share that belief, because of course if we start talking to the people that don't share that belief, then it's very easy to say, oh yeah, that's the reality. The reality is we can't heal ourselves. We have to listen to the doctors and we have to follow that thing and we have to do that thing, and we've got this incurable disease because no one's found a cure to it yet. But maybe the cure's inside of us and we've just got to find it inside.
So okay, so you're so this is coming from somebody who I've never really thought whether I could cure myself, because we're on different paths, aren't we? Because I'm on the medication path and you're not. So would that just be the mindset that cures it? Would there be other factors in there, like food, exercise, that kind of thing?
Well, I think all of it comes into it. But what we feed ourselves with, whether we feed ourselves with, food or mind chatter or exercise or whatever, I think a lot of those choices, especially the subconscious ones, the ones that we just go to without thinking about, are run from our belief systems. And if we believe that we can't heal ourselves, then we're not even going to try.
So can I say then that that's the step, that's the leap, that's the jump, that I'd never thought that I could heal myself. So that's never entered my head. So it's like a step, isn't it? So yeah, why not? So there's then that thinking it's kind of changing your path again, because I'm medical and I've just been filled full of Thai this week.
But that doesn't mean to say that's just not part of your healing journey.
Yeah.
Because I was listening to somebody that I'm working with at the moment who does believe that and is teaching me how to do that, but it's all about looking inwards. And if you believe that when you take your Thai then that is going to work its magic, it's going to do its stuff, it's going to do whatever it needs to do in your body to help you better, then it will. If you're there taking that Thai and there's part of you thinking, oh God, this is poison and this is going to make me worse and there's bits of me then it will. So we've got control over not only what we put into our body, but what we think and feel about what we put into our body.
So that's taking it to another level, isn't it? Where I rock up every 4 weeks and go, thank you very much, fill me full of Thai sabri, thank you, and just kind of take it as a bit of a chill out time. Love it. But don't think any further than that. So yeah, thinking this is going in to help me, to stop me
And then
relapsing.
imagine it doing that, and imagine it, you know, whatever Taisabri is meant to do, or you think it's meant to do, then, you know, imagine it going in there and sort of clearing up and mending all that myelin that's, you know, and soothing out the you know, the, what's it called, the inflammations that are going on, and the lesions on the brain or whatever. And, you know, imagine it almost like a cartoon. The Taisabri is almost going there, spray painting your nerves.
So this is really interesting, because I if I was an Eskimo, you could sell me ice. I'm one of those people. I'm easily influenced, and this isn't being easily influenced, but like, for example, I spoke to my neurologist last week, my annual conversation with my neurologist, and I said, I don't know if it's working anymore. She said, it is. She said, because what Taisabri does, and it's the best one on the market, is it stops you having relapses. So there is my stopping block, if that's the right words. Okay, so it's going to stop me having relapses. Is it going to improve me? I don't think so, because I haven't been told that. And it's weird, because I spoke to a girl as well when I was in hospital, excuse me, on Tuesday, whenever it was. And I said, how are you? Because she'd been on it 11 years, and I had my 10-year anniversary on Tuesday. And she said, oh, I've improved loads. And I went, really? Because that's interesting, because I've always been told it doesn't improve you. And she said, oh yeah, she said, because I couldn't walk at all, so I can walk now. So yeah, so there you go. My monkey getting in the way, because all I've got is it'll stop you having relapses. The end.
Yeah. Well, if you can, or if you can get your head around that, stops you getting relapses, but actually if you can work on other stuff that's going to help improve you, you know, moving forward, whether that's your diet, whether that's your mindset, whether that's your exercise, whether that's all of it combined. Because I think when we've got something like MS, it is a long-term condition. It's not about, for me anyway, it's not about curing it. It's about living with it.
It's not about fighting it either.
It's not about fighting it, definitely. I'm a little bit anti this whole MS warrior lark, because that feels like we're going out to battle and we're going to fight it. But what happens if we're not meant to fight it? We're meant to learn to love it.
That's really interesting. So this is, again, I think we've touched on this a couple of episodes ago, call them episodes. But yeah, and it's weird, because I spoke to the neurologist last week, and I spoke to the nurse yesterday or the day before, and she said that something about, she's got patients who talk about fighting it all the time. And I said to her, maybe not think about fighting it, think about working with it. And I just thought, you know,
because what if your MS or whatever you've got has been gifted to you? So I delivered a speech of my Toastmasters last night about an unwanted gift. But if it has been gifted to you, then rather than being angry at this thing that you didn't want and trying to throw it away, trying to get rid of it, trying to ignore it, it's similar in my head to ignoring MS to, not only if you've got an elephant in the room, you've got an elephant sitting on your lap and it's trying to ignore that. So rather than getting angry at this elephant that's sitting on your lap and trying to push it off and it ain't going anywhere, is learning to, oh my God, if I just cuddled the elephant and we could, maybe he'd let me sit on his lap for a little bit and I could sit on the elephant, or we could go elephant riding, and just totally change the way that you perceive your illness.
Yeah. And you know what? I think that is something very few people would get to grips with that straight away. But as I grow further into this journey, don't like using that term, with my MS, 18 years this year, I've been diagnosed. It's only these last few years that I've realized that this is a gift. And maybe it's because of the job I do, where I can stand up and talk in front of people, that kind of thing. And I would happily talk to loads of people and just say, this is a gift I have, and I can share my gift with you other fellow MSs. And it's about twisting it around in your head, isn't it?
Yeah.
Flipping it, turning it.
It's about, because it's everything in life. I mean, right here, right now, you know, everything is absolutely okay. You know, we're sitting here, we're having a great conversation, we're connected, we're in the moment. So what is it that's making our life not okay? It's our thought that we've got this horrible thing that's going to get worse, and it's like life's going to be harder. And something else that was reminded to me, that we tend to think things that are unfamiliar are hard. But actually, if we change, if we can make some changes, maybe that's trying a different diet, maybe that is doing some different exercise, maybe that is simply just telling yourself a different story.
And a different story, yeah. And also perhaps change the word from hard to different.
Yeah,
this is a hard journey. This is a different journey. It's different than the one I had planned. Yeah,
well, absolutely. It is. But then that's the gift, because maybe the one we had planned wasn't the right one.
Exactly. Exactly. So again, that's flipping. It's a whole thing of flipping with, you said about curing it. Can we cure it ourselves in our mind? Yeah. Can we? Yeah.
Well, I talked about healing it rather than curing it.
Sorry, I keep using the word cure, don't I?
Yeah, and I don't think and healing is not necessarily healing the MS. It's healing ourselves. And part of that is, you know, the MS has just come along to remind us that we need to do some work. We need to do some healing. And if we can, you know, if we can use medication to help with that healing, and we can believe in that 100%, great. If at some level you don't believe in it, then you might want to rethink about what it is you actually want to be doing. There is no right or wrong way. There really isn't. There's just your way.
Yeah. Yeah, this is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. This really changes things up, doesn't it?
It does. You're looking right outside the box and thinking, okay. And I feel like for myself, that whole attitude of this is my gift to share and to help guide people is my gift. Yeah. I mean, I thought when I was young that I'd probably change it with my singing and dancing abilities, but yeah, I can't sing that well. Dancing's not really the thing that I can do much anymore, but yeah, so it's just different paths.
At the moment. Yeah.
At the moment, yeah. Next thing you know, I'll be doing the splits in the air. Yeah.
If you can see it and believe it, you've just got to believe it, love.
Yeah. I don't know whether it's my work that has got this in my head: dream, believe, achieve, or I don't know if that's a general saying.
I think it's a general saying, but it's that concept: dream, believe, and achieve, and you can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can I say something which is perhaps negative, Nelly, but there will be people who are in a different position than us,
definitely,
physically, who are probably sat here
thinking you're talking rubbish, ladies.
Shut up, pipe down. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just going to flip that. That was all. And just say, I don't know where. I don't know. Say something about that, Gina.
Well, I think that we're playing with a belief now, a belief that we can heal ourselves. Okay.
Yeah.
What is the truth? What is the truth? Well, I think that we make our own truth, because I know there are people that are living symptom-free without using meds after a diagnosis and after being quite disabled. So they've found a way to manage it for themselves. So my way of thinking is, if one person has found a way, there is a way. But then when I've done all the research and looked into what they did, of course, there's no one way. It's not come and follow my map and I'll lead you through the jungle. It's like, you can get through the jungle. You've just got to find your own way. And this is the work. It's looking inwards and finding out. It's learning to love yourself, I think.
And that ain't easy.
That ain't easy. And it's learning to listen to yourself and put yourself as a priority. And of course, we're never taught that, especially as ladies, but I don't think anybody is taught that.
Oh my goodness. I am reading and hearing so much of this at the moment.
So true.
There's a ladder of priorities, and sometimes we don't even make the bottom rung of that ladder.
No.
So it is about doing that and putting yourself first and putting yourself. I'm feeling really strongly about this.
Yeah.
Which is all part and parcel of loving yourself and realizing how very important you are. And that's not said in a smug, arrogant kind of way. That's said in a, yeah, we are important. And the other thing is we can't pour from an empty pot. So we need a full pot.
Definitely. And also to recognize that whether you believe you can heal yourself or whether you believe you can't heal yourself, which, if you just play with just saying it, I can heal myself, I can heal myself, how does that make you feel? I can't heal myself, that's it, how does that make you feel? So one, you know, for me personally, if I thought actually, if somebody came along and says, well, actually you can, you know, you can heal yourself, it's perfectly, I'll be like, okay, whoa, that changes things up a little bit, doesn't it? That makes things a little bit more hopeful and a little bit more exciting, you know. And maybe that actually the illness is there as a gift because you were on the wrong path, and now it's your chance to like suss out what path you actually want to be on.
Ooh, it opens windows, opens doors, opens pathways, doesn't it?
And then I also suggest that you can choose what you believe. You can make a conscious choice, because that's what I've done. I've thought, you know what, I want to believe that I can heal myself because that just makes me feel better.
Exactly. So even if when you mentioned then about how does it feel to say I can heal myself, and I said empowered, and then when you said that the words of I can't heal myself, that just pulls you down just saying it, doesn't it?
Totally. So I've gone to great effort, I think, to cultivate that belief. And when it's been triggered in some way, or somebody suggested that actually it's not possible, and you know, I've maybe gone back down there a bit because that's the reality that we see, and then thinking, no, I don't want to. So that's what I think that's what I want to do with the group Managing MS Naturally, and I'm going to be changing its name soon as well, because this is about having a community of people that want and are open to the belief that actually we can heal ourselves, and also are willing to take full responsibility for that healing. And that's a big one as well, because it can be so easy to get labeled with, we've got MS, but you know, there'd be other things that you get labeled with, which then says, oh, you can't do, you can't. I'm stuck here being disabled and this is my lot. And what happens if it's not? What happens if all we have to do is take on the responsibility for everything that goes on in our lives?
So do you know what?
Anyone else?
Yeah, that is brilliant, and I totally agree with you. And the thing is, you want people in that group who do believe that, but the people we need to get to are the people that don't believe it.
Yeah,
they're the ones that you need to grasp and say, in a I don't know if metaphorical is the right word, slap them around the head and say,
yeah, well,
yeah, you can knock that off. Yeah.
Well, yeah, absolutely you can. And if you want to just come along into the group and see how it feels to believe it, you know, you can always leave. There's no one tying you in there. You can think, actually, I don't want to believe this anymore. But I think when you start believing this and start realizing that actually, yeah, it is uncomfortable, I guess, to do things differently and to take responsibility for yourself, but it is empowering and invigorating and enlightening and exciting. And what's the worst that can happen? What
is the worst? But again, it's opening those doors, isn't it? You're opening doors to people rather than them being up against a brick wall and a closed door.
Yeah, and I think that's it. It's like when we get a diagnosis, it does feel like doors are slamming around us. You know, we can't do what we thought we would be able to do. We're not going to, you know, do, I don't know, whatever it is that you thought you were going to do. Sometimes it's, you know, as simple as like, oh, like I can't get a waitressing job anymore. Not that I've ever had a waitressing job, but it's like, yeah, I'd be like, yeah, Madam Overall, is it?
Mrs. Overall, yeah,
Mrs. Overall.
Two soups. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's strange that that thing popped into my head about, yeah, I've never actually waitressed ever, even when I was young and able. But it still feels like,
I love it. I did it when I was young. and I
I
loved
think
it.
it's probably one of those things that I'm a little bit disappointed with, because I thought I'd be good at it, and I would have loved it as well, actually. But that front of house thing.
Yeah, behind a bar as well. That's another good job. Love that.
Yes. I have done a bit of bar work. I like a bit of bar work as well.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, but those things. But actually, it's not about the door shutting, is it? It's like you say, it's about taking the gift and unwrapping it and realizing that underneath the layers, and we've got layers and layers of beliefs, and they come from all life's experiences. They come from our parents and our schools and our teachers and our society and our TV and lots of other places as well, that we're taught really not to listen to ourselves, not to put ourselves as priority. It's called selfish, and selfish is a bad thing.
Yeah. Well, selfish isn't actually. It's not a bad thing.
No, selfish is a very good thing, because if you can give love to yourself, then you can give love to everybody and anybody.
We mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. I wasn't in a good place, but you said, I think you used the word challenging, and I thought, no, that's not good. Challenging, yeah, it is. It's a good word. And I said, there was a few words that were said, and I went, they're not good words. And then you think about it, flip it upside down.
Yeah.
And challenge is good.
Challenge is good, because what do we get from challenge? What do we get from a challenge?
Achievement.
And what does it feel like to achieve something? Even if you've just the only thing that you've achieved today is to wash up, it still feels good. You look at that washing up and it feels good.
Well done. Yeah. Can I just tell you one achievement that I'm really, really proud of?
Come on.
So when I met my husband, before we got married, he had a cat, and his cat was very grumpy and not very happy. And I told the cat when we first got together, I said, I'm going to make you fall in love with me. Anyway, long story short, cat now lives with us. Cat loves me more than he loves David. And I've worked so hard on him, and he's been such an achievement to me. That is an achievement. And I'm going to use the word smug. I don't care. I feel smug about it, because I've worked so hard on him. And
because
he won him round.
You believed it. You dreamed it, and then you believed it, and then
I achieved it.
You put in the work, and you wouldn't stop, and you would keep. And how did you do that?
Time and patience.
And love.
And tons of love. The boy is loved beyond belief.
Yeah.
He really is.
How could he not reflect that back at you?
He can't. He's ace. I love him. I love him. And he's this big furry white thing, and he's just, I just love him. Yeah. He loves me so much that in the middle of the night, like cats do, they jump on the bed and go, come on, wake up. He actually combs my hair. Just gently.
I'd like to see him do that to mine.
Well, it was curly actually when he did it. I was surprised he got his claws through it, but he did. It wasn't straight like this.
Oh my God.
So, oh no. So that was, and I've been saying it a lot recently, showing off, I don't care, but I've worked so hard on him. That was a challenge, achieved it, and I'm happy.
And you feel good, and it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
And I talk a lot about raising vibrations, and I think achievement does raise vibrations. So if your achievements are little, or they're big, or they're somewhere in between, it doesn't matter. Yeah, just celebrate them and be smug about them. And
you be smug about washing those dishes, standing up and washing them. That's something to be super smug about. Get it. It doesn't have to be getting to the moon. It can be washing the dishes. It can be getting up off the sofa. Well done.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to share that on next Thursday, which is the this Thursday coming now, it's the 28th at 7 o'clock UK time. I am running a free workshop on how to feel better with a chronic illness. And it will cover some of the stuff that we've talked about today. But if you want to start cultivating that belief, the belief that you can heal yourself, then come and join our tribe, because we talk about it a lot, and the more that we talk about it, we'll see evidence of it, and we'll share evidence of it as well when other people are finding their way to find their mapped wellness, really.
Will this be recorded, because I'm working?
Of course it will be recorded.
Okay. Cool.
So if there's anything that we've said today that has triggered anything that you vehemently agree or disagree, then please start a conversation, because that's what it's all about. It's about recognizing that none of us have all the answers, but maybe by shifting the way we see things, then we can start receiving our own answers and find our own, find a way to unwrap this gift that we've been given and wanted or not.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are two, I want to say girls, we'll go with girls. We're two girls who've got a lot of experience. I might have to correct that to women, but we're two women who've got a lot of experience, and we've got a lot of knowledge that we've gathered on the way.
We have, definitely, and we're called to share it. We're called to do this stuff because it's important, and it also changing the way you view what's going on in your life is possible for anybody. It's and just with that, with a little shift in how you see things, all of a sudden you start feeling a little bit better. And when you start feeling a little bit better, you make different choices, and your habits develop into different habits, and your trajectory changes into a new path.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's see where this path leads us. Yay.
Absolutely. On that note, we shall say goodbye and see you again.
Bye.